I don't know what my wife did with it. So I was going to put it on this morning, but I couldn't find it.
Wear a black T-shirt.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, black tank top. There you go.
So are we in mourning? What's going on?
I don't know.
Got a
It's all black.
black do-rag.
Yeah, yeah. It's an all black day. Well, the iMac died, so there you go.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay. All right. We're mourning the iMac.
Yet again. It dying yet again.
Yeah. What do you mean again? You sent it down to the Genesis planet and then
Yeah, something like that. Well, I've been using it for the past 3 weeks, and it's been the last 2 shows. It was okay, and I even used it yesterday 2 different times. And last night I come in here after my daughter and I get back from doing a walk, thinking we're going to record the. Thinking we're going to record one of the songs we need to do, and nope, hard drive died. So I think it's the hard drive anyway. Can you hear me? What did you say, Daniel?
Oh, are you recording songs for your TikTok career?
Well, I've actually got a nice little stand over there, and I've got a ring light and everything. Yeah, so
Of course.
big time. But anyway, no, it was the song for do you want to build a warp core that I was supposed to be recording? Yeah, I know.
oh Lord.
Dan's like, it's too early for that.
It is. It is.
You still not sleeping well, buddy?
No, I'm not. And it has nothing to do with the medicine at this point. It's just that, the world sucks. And yeah, it's not the medicine. Don't worry. It's not the medicine.
Yeah.
It's just regular old depression.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
Are you able to smell yet?
I could smell some things.
Yeah.
Some things I can't.
That sucks.
I was in a room, totally work related. I was in a.
I don't know about this caveat. Keep going.
Yeah. Here it comes. There's drugs involved.
Yeah, I was in a room full of marijuana recently, medicinal marijuana, and it was totally legal. There was nothing illegal going on at all.
Yeah.
But marijuana has a very strong, very distinct smell.
Sure.
See.
And I got nothing.
Wow.
That's good.
Nothing.
Like,
no, that's not good.
I don't want to smell it.
No, when my son is 13 and he comes home with marijuana in his pocket, I want to be able to smell it from across the room.
Yeah,
so I can beat that ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So that diapers I still don't smell, which everybody's like, "Oh, that's great." Yeah, I'd rather know when my daughter shits herself.
Yeah.
Right.
That's something you have to know.
So I know there's those are the 2 that stick out. I'm sure there's other things out there that I can't smell.
Yeah.
I just don't know it yet. So I don't know. But that's not really not depressed. I'm not depressed about that. It's just, the world sucks, man. It sucks right now.
Yeah.
This is the time of the summer where I usually get that feeling like, oh, it's the middle of August. There's only a few more weeks of summer. Summer is slipping through our fingers. Let's do a couple more summery things to, make sure squeeze a little extra out of the summer. So I'm getting that feeling. The problem is, it's like, well, it's not do a couple more things. It's do anything, because we've done nothing.
Right.
And then I got a hair in my mouth or something. Yeah, I got it. And then there's just hair everywhere. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But thinking about, let's do a couple more summery things. It's like, what am I going to do? There's nothing to do.
Yeah. We were just talking last night. Usually by this time of year, we've had at least 2 or 3 outdoor movies with the projector and everything, and we haven't done a single one yet. And I don't know why. That's something we could do.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why we haven't done it.
It's depression. I've got a list as long as my arm of things that I could do
Yeah.
around the house, things I should probably do around the house, but I can't get motivated to do them because usually it's, I'm going to do these 5 things around the house, and then I'm going to reward myself by, taking the family to go do this other fun thing. And because there's nothing on that other list.
Right.
I don't get motivated to do the other stuff. So
Yeah.
I hear you.
It's tough all the way around.
Bitchcast.
Yes. Welcome to Bitchcast.
It's venting. First 5 minutes of the show is always venting.
Oh, you can't call it Venti Cast. That sounds like a coffee thing.
We could call it vent. We're venting frustrations and drive plasma. There
you go.
There I just tied it back.
Tied it all in. And with that, let's just do an intro.
Space. The final frontier.
Oh yeah, we got that
You're listening to
Trekcast.
Oh, look at that.
What was that? I missed it. I was taking a drink of coffee. Let's get the
Oh,
juices flowing.
Let's wear my pink
There you go.
my pink mask.
Yeah.
I started drinking. Yeah, I started drinking. It's hand sanitizer, but
Hey, some hand sanitizer has been ruled toxic by the FDA now. Don't use it. So
don't use it as hand sanitizer, or don't
Correct.
drink it.
don't use it as hand sanitizer.
Oh.
Then there's the TikToks going around of hand sanitizer bottles blowing up in cars because they were left out in the, they were just sitting in the coffee cup holder.
TikTok?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm gonna. I shouldn't
He's
say
already
this
laughing before he says it.
because people are gonna make fun of me. What the hell is TikTok? I don't even
The
know.
Kesha song.
No, it's an app. It's just an app. You watch
I know
people
it's an
posting
app, but
funny videos. It's just funny videos.
Yeah.
So it's like another YouTube.
It's better than that. It's actually pretty fun. You get sucked into it.
But
So-
what is it? What makes it different than YouTube?
Because you can put music over the top of it, or you can play
like
somebody
YouTube.
else's audio over
Just
yours.
like YouTube. Just like YouTube.
Yeah, I know, but it's like really simple and easy to do, and you can make one in 30 seconds or less. It's
Okay.
kind of if you go and download it and go through it, you'll get the gist.
Okay.
So
Well, I
it's a
can't
lot
wait
of fun.
for YouTube or TikTok dances.
TikTok dances, yeah.
Oh boy.
That's one of the big things that started as the dance thing, and
Okay.
honestly, TikTok anymore kind of drives
there-
the music industry at this point. You can make
Is
a
there porn?
song.
Is there porn on there yet? Because every
No,
time
they don't allow it.
Every time something new comes out, it's like, hey, this is great, and then 6 weeks later, porn.
Maybe you shouldn't download it because on September 15th it's going to get banned from the U.S. So
What?
Well, unless Microsoft buys it or something.
unless Microsoft buys it, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
It's a Chinese company and there's privacy concerns over it. So
China.
Yeah.
yeah,
Basically.
that's it, basically, right there.
China.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh well. Anyway, why don't we?
Should we get to the news?
This is just
Yeah.
starting off great, isn't it? Welcome to
Yeah.
Trekcast, ladies and gentlemen. Dan, Daniel, Chad. Here we are, and
Oh, there it is.
yeah.
Attention all hands. It's time for Star Trek news.
Little delay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's all right. Our first news story comes to us from Gizmodo, the UK edition, and the headline reads:
You dug deep on that
David
Google News
Tennant.
search, huh?
Yeah. David Tennant wants to beam aboard Star Trek. In a recent Reddit AMA, Doctor Who actor David Tennant, the second best Doctor. Yeah, that's right. I said that.
After Pulaski, right? So it's
Well, it's
Pulaski
Doctor
and
Who.
then-
The best is Matt Smith.
Oh,
I know.
jeez. I don't even know.
Yeah. Well,
What's
it is.
Doctor Who?
Yeah. Anyways,
Exactly.
he said that he wants to do Star Trek. That he's got his own podcast called David Tennant Does a Podcast With, and he recently interviewed George Takei, and he said just talking to him about Star Trek really got him interested in it, and now he wants to be in it, and he's kind of done a deep dive into it. There's been a lot of people who have suggested that he should play Q because he would make a great Q. I think I even said that in one of my remake shows.
I believe he did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a bad
So,
idea.
Yeah, it's pretty. He's a really good actor, so it
Yeah.
would work.
Yeah.
But
He'd work in anything. He'd work in a short trek as a one-off character. He'd work.
a talking dribble.
Yeah, he'd work as an adversary against, as a villain or whatever. He'd work great in any role, really.
He could play Data in the reboot.
Sure. Why
He
not?
could play Data in the Kelvin timeline reboot. We'll get into
There
that.
you go.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll get into
Lord.
that.
Yeah. So will it ever happen? Who knows? But he's interested in it, and that's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
Great.
Who's not
Um,
interested in doing Trek at this point,
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
than William Shatner?
No, he is.
He is now.
He
again,
is.
yeah.
He just said yes. Wait,
well,
hold on a minute.
Uh,
This isn't. Yeah.
it's a day ending
which
in
way-
Y and there's money involved. So
Which way is the pendulum?
yeah.
Right. Well, remember, he only wants to do it if he gets to be a main character. Grandpa
Yeah.
don't want to sit on the sidelines.
No.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah. Our next news story comes to us also from Gizmodo, and the headline reads, "You can watch Star Trek Lower Decks premiere for free on YouTube if you're in the U.S."
Only if you're in the U.S. What is the deal with this? I don't quite understand why. Like, if you go to YouTube, how is it that if you go to YouTube in the United States versus going to YouTube in Australia, you can't see the same thing?
Because they
What-
geolock it.
Why?
My guess is it has to do with streaming rights.
There's different licensing agreements.
Yeah.
Like in other countries, Discovery and Picard, they're not on
Like
CBS
one's on
All
Amazon,
Access,
one's-
they're on.
yeah.
I get that. I get that. That's a streaming service. We're talking about the internet here. So if I put up something on my webpage and it's a video, like, you can't see that if you're in Australia. Like, well, there's a disconnect here that I'm not quite understanding. Like, if I put something on a webpage and whatever, it doesn't matter what it is. If I go to that webpage, whether I'm in the United States or I'm in Australia or I'm in Russia, I'm in China, okay, maybe not China because they block the internet, but whatever.
China.
Yeah, you should be able to see the same damn page, right? Like, that's
No,
I
not
don't see what
necessarily.
No,
because
because the
because the way
system
you-
knows where you are.
What
Yeah,
is this freaking world coming to?
it tracks your IP address, and then from there it says you can and can't see.
What a
So-
crock of shit.
Yeah, so that's what it is. So for all of our U.S. Listeners, I posted it up in the group. You can watch the first episode if you have yet to watch it
Yeah.
on CBS All Access. And speaking of CBS All Access, our last news story comes from TrekMovie.com. And CBS All Access may be rebranded as Paramount Plus.
That's
So-
stupid.
Yeah, in a new
That's
article.
just as bad as Peacock.
Well, it's right up there.
Yeah.
In a new article with Financial Times, Viacom CBS chairman Sherry Redstone said that they need to compete against super streamers. And so because of that, they may need to rebrand CBS All Access since it'll have more of the Paramount properties within it. And they want to call it Paramount Plus. That's not for sure that's what it's going to be called. But, we've got HBO Plus or HBO Max, Disney Plus. Why not?
Yeah.
So,
I understand the wanting to change the name from CBS All Access. I
Yeah.
understand that they got to do something a little different because that's not a very catchy name.
no, it's not.
And it doesn't tell you anything about what's on there, like Comedy Central, MTV, Paramount. I mean, there's a
Right.
lot of stuff on there, right? So there actually is quite a bit there. Maybe not a lot of movies yet, but there is a lot there to watch.
Yeah, there's
Especially
like 6
CSI,
movies.
You've
Yeah.
got a lot of that. But anyway, anyway. Well, yeah, I don't understand why every single Trek movie is not on there all the time. It's like they come and
It's
go.
probably
It's just this
licensing agreements.
weird,
still that-
stupid stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it's just stupid. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I get that. You want to rebrand it. It needs to be available everywhere. So, like, when you go to whatever the new name is, .com, it shows up whether you're in Australia or UK or United States. Like, they need to get all that figured out. I understand that.
Mhm.
But to change it to Paramount Plus does absolutely nothing to add to that. That's the same thing as CBS All Access. You might as well just call it Viacom Plus. Like, what?
I would
I think
Viacom-
they're looking for name recognition,
Yeah.
and I think the name Paramount evokes more in people's mind than CBS,
Well, sure.
because
CBS is
you know
doing people-
CB. Well, that and Okay, so growing up, we had five channels,
Mhm.
five main channels.
Back when the
Okay,
world
yeah,
was black and white.
Yeah, when the world was simpler, there was
Yeah.
CBS, NBC, ABC,
PBS.
WPIX, WNYW,
And
and
Telemundo.
PBS. Okay,
Yeah.
and we didn't call them that at all. We called
Right.
them 2, 4, 7, 9,
Yeah.
and 11. Okay, that's what you called them.
Right.
So for a lot of people, the name CBS it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Whereas Paramount, you
You
got that big logo.
you don't care about the Columbia Broadcasting System?
Columbia, no. And you know what? I got a letter from Columbia House last week. Apparently, I still owe them for a bunch of CDs.
Who
funny.
doesn't?
Well, they could piss off
Exactly.
because I was 13.
Yeah. I did that with the get 4 CDs for a penny and
Yep.
put it under my dog's name.
So many people did that.
That's
Yeah.
funny. I think they're better off rebranding it with just a whole new name. Period. One
Yeah.
name that encompasses everything. It's not Paramount. It's not CBS. It's not whatever. It's not Viacom.
Mhm.
There just needs to be a name for the streaming service that they can just market the shit out of. All digital, cheap, right? Easy to get to, but
Yeah.
you've already got a decent subscriber base. Showtime's part of this is part of CBS Viacom as well.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't understand why they can't just put all of that onto one catalog and be done with it and call it something.
Honestly,
you know?
Showtime would be a great name for a streaming service.
That would be better than Paramount, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, Showtime, just the name Showtime, it is a good name. It is a
Yeah.
good name for a streaming service. It fits.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is you're then abandoning the name recognition of Paramount.
Right. Which is a big
So-
movie studio, so like
Yeah,
people know
yeah,
that
yeah.
name.
Well, then call
So-
it Paramount Showtime.
That's what I was gonna say. If you
Oh,
can,
okay, sorry.
if you could smush those two together, Paramount Showtime or
PS Plus,
Showtime. Yeah, I don't know.
PMS Plus. Oh wait, hold
I
on.
don't know.
Whatever. But
Just
yeah,
call
so that's the news
Just
story.
call it Star Trek Online. Buy out
There
the
you go.
game.
There you go. Done.
Invoke a terrible game. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never played it.
Yeah.
It's been a
Yeah.
while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that it for the news?
That's it for the news.
Oh my gosh, we're just firing on all cylinders today.
I know. It's the black t-shirts.
Oh my god. Okay. Feedback time.
Hailing frequencies. Open.
Boom.
Yeah.
That always
that's
comes
what I
in later than I think it's going to come in.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, over on the coffee account, John Martinez bought us a coffee a couple days ago. Thank you, John. He says, love
Thanks,
the show.
John.
Yep, he
Thank
says,
you.
love the show. I'll support while I think of the best duet for Chad and Dan to sing to each other.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for my next donation. Keep up the good work. Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
That should be
Oh
What a
boy.
Man.
Yeah, that'll be good.
What a man! What a man! What
There
a
you
man!
go.
What a mighty good man!
There you go.
Good man. Oh, boy.
There you go. We just earned that cash.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. I don't have any other emails. I do have a voicemail we can play. That kind of gets into our topic today, obviously, which is episode 2.
Yeah.
Lower Decks.
So,
but,
so I put it up in the group that we were recording.
Yep.
And so we got some questions. Juan asks,
Juan.
which Lower Deck character are you most like? My guess is Daniel's Rutherford, Dan is Shrax, and Chad is Baumler. The
Who am I?
Shrakes, the big security Jordan guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I have to say, I do like his scar. He's got that
Right.
scar that goes right
pretty-
through,
Yeah,
right through his cloudy eye.
He's
Yeah.
basically the guy from Pandora. Yeah.
right. I feel like that's accurate, what he's got.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, that's pretty accurate.
yeah.
Okay.
Sam asked, why do some people have such a beef with Lower Decks? My expectations were not high at all because it's a cartoon, but I'm pleasantly surprised. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think some people just, they want more serious Trek, and that's not what this is. But I think if you just let it go, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have a couple issues with it, which
Yeah.
we'll get into. But
No, overall, I'm loving it. I think it's great. I still think from what I'm seeing online and what we're seeing not only in our group but on Twitter and everywhere else, it sure feels like the most well-received Trek since TOS.
Well, so remember I did a poll just a few days ago in the group.
Yeah.
About what's your favorite new Trek show. So Picard, Lower Decks, Discovery, and Short Treks.
Yep.
Number 1 on there, Picard.
Yeah.
By quite a bit. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, like 38-28 or 38-23 or something like that.
35-25.
35-25, okay.
Yeah, Lower Decks was second, Discovery was third.
Yep.
And Short Trek's got 1 vote. Literally 1 vote.
There's really, maybe the episode Calypso with the guy who's just stranded on Discovery.
I like
that
the
one.
Tribbles.
I do like the Tribbles one. That was hysterical.
I like the Dwight Schrute one was good.
Yeah, that's true. I guess they're a mixed bag. About half of them are good and half of them are total trash. But
right.
I
totally forget the cartoon ones. Like those are
okay. Those are okay. Those are just fun, lighthearted.
The Saru one wasn't bad. Actually, now that I think about it.
No, that wasn't bad either. It's the singing Spock with number 1 that just totally ruins the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, and you can tell they're having fun too. Like, this is our Broadway debut, kind of. That's what they were treating it like. It's like, what the? Please, knock it off.
It's like that one. It's like, hey, we filmed early, or we finished filming early. We still have the crew paid up through Tuesday, so we have 2 days. We have 2 days to just do whatever. Hey, let's stand in the turbo lift singing.
Yeah, what would you like to do?
Yeah,
we'll record that. That'll be a short Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good.
Hey, intern, if you wanted to write a script, great. Here's your chance.
The one that they didn't put out was Anson Mount sleeping in his trailer. He's like, that's where I'll be.
After Mike takes a nap.
Yeah.
That's the short Trek. I'd watch it.
Yeah, they did the first day or whatever. That was a short Trek with Pike in it. Where they had that weird helmet thing on.
What was that? The Children of Mars? That one was pretty good.
Well, that was pre-Picard. That was okay.
Yeah.
That was like a pre-Picard one. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're not all that bad. But the ones that are so bad, though, they're just so bad. It makes everything else feel like trash.
Yeah.
It's just anyway. If you sit and pick them apart, which we have done,
that's what we do here. That's what we do.
It is what we do.
It's kind of our thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do. Oh well.
Well, whatever. The poll's going, so enjoy it. Yeah. But yeah, that's all the feedback I have.
Everybody seems to like our. I got that voicemail we'll play here in a second, but everybody seems to like our lower deck versions of us.
Oh yeah,
everybody seems to love those.
How'd I become captain? You guys are both like nobodies.
Yeah, I made you a captain. Yep.
I'm a lieutenant commander. That's
not
bad.
That's but science. That's like the fast track to Nowheresville in Star Trek.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes it is. Although I don't know. Somehow the doctors always manage to be on the bridge. I still can't understand that sometimes, but whatever. So, okay. Let's get into the topic. Then we'll play our voicemail.
Talking about Star Trek in this week's topic. Talking about the Star Trek in this week's topic.
Alrighty. Topic, of course, is Lower Deck Season 1, Episode 2, The Envoy. And of course, here I got a little something I want to play. Oh, we got another little thing too. We almost forgot, Daniel, that you gave me the YouTube thing to play. But
Oh yeah. You have a cool.
See if you
Well,
recognize
yeah, I'll buy
this.
that. What about him?
Him? He's harmless. Back in the 60s, he was part of the free speech movement at Berkeley.
What?
I think he did a little too much LDS.
LDS.
a little too much LDS.
Nice.
I love that.
That's
There's
not
so
what
many
you
good
do,
lines in that movie. So yeah, we're talking Lower Decks, and we did get a voicemail on it. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry, I screwed up. This has absolutely nothing to do with Lower Decks, but here, we'll listen to his voicemail anyway.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. Listening to the latest podcast. This is Gentry. I just wanted to say you're doing a great job as always, but had a quick thought. You were talking about reboots. So what if we kind of combine all of the ideas that you guys had together? Let's say, how about a reboot of Next Generation? But let's do it on the Kelvin timeline with all new actors. So there's a reason why we have completely new people, but we're going to go through the TNG, basically storylines or character names, things like that. Just a thought. Thought it'd be interesting. I'll pretty much watch anything that has Star Trek labeled on it, so it doesn't really matter at this point, including Lower Decks. It's going to get better. Thanks, guys. Bye.
So I guess he threw that in there at the end. That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
about Lower Decks. But anyway, I honestly think that that's what CBS is going to wind up doing. I mean, they looked at the reaction everybody had to Pike, and bam, they made Strange New Worlds, and they kind of shelved Section 31 for a little while and decided to do Strange New Worlds first.
Right.
And if that does well with its episodic type of episode to episode, going back to that style, if that does well, I guarantee you they'll look at it and go, well, why don't we just continue on and put Kirk on the bridge, you know? I'm willing to bet that they'll do that. They'll just reboot the whole damn series and go through the whole
Well,
thing.
he's saying TNGs. That's TOS. So.
I know. I'm just saying
Yeah.
they'll get to it eventually, but they're doing Pike. They'll reboot TOS, then they'll go right into TNG.
Well, I don't know if they'll do TOS.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the Kelvin movies have done that. So if you're gonna do it, you gotta move to something else. So I think
Yeah.
TNG's next. You know, I think honestly, like if I'm looking at all the original series, and I'm thinking which one do I want to reboot, my gut is Voyager, because I think Voyager has a better chance at more storylines you can do, and you can kind of almost make it right in that, like, they can have damage and take it on for a few episodes. You know, you can kind of like redo some of those storylines and make them a little more intense. Plus the
Yeah.
fact that they're the only Federation ship in this one quadrant, that gives you more storylines to work with, especially now.
You just
So-
described Discovery Season 3.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I mean, they got there. You know what I mean?
Which works, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what, anything's game at this point. Anything is game, but oh well. Okay, so the Envoy, let's get into that. Our topic,
Yeah.
episode 2. I thought it was a much better episode from the standpoint of a very straightforward, linear story. You kind of didn't jump around so much. It was a little less schizophrenic. And
Yeah.
Beckett, Mariner, wasn't quite so over the top fast, talky fast. She kind
What show are you watching?
She didn't
Black
seem-
Shield, it's Black Shield, it's a Black Shield, it's a Black
yeah,
Shield.
that's hysterical. Yeah, she has her moments when she still does that, but it wasn't like it was 3 straight minutes of it,
Yeah.
like it was in the first episode. So I enjoyed it overall. I give it a thumbs up. That was a great
I had
episode.
fun with it. I laughed a few times,
Yep.
But I don't take it as seriously as I take like Discovery or Picard.
No.
And I think
No.
it's because it's a cartoon. And so because of that,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Yep.
I thought the Klingon, what was he, like a general, ambassador? I don't remember.
I think he's just an ambassador. Well, he might have been general, but he was the ambassador.
He was hilarious. He just
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
to get drunk,
Stereotypical Klingon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And looked like a TNG era Klingon.
Yeah.
Great uniform, the right ridges,
Mhm.
drunk, perfect.
He even gave Mariner crap when they had that fight.
throwing up blood wine all over himself.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Yep. I do like that one scene though when they're trying to run through the couple different districts and they're trying to catch up with them, and all of a sudden she catches up with Mariner and he's just sitting there in his dress uniform with no pants for absolutely no reason. I have no idea why he doesn't have any pants on. Then all of a sudden when they leave, he stands up and he pulls his pants up. It's like, was he sitting on a latrine this whole time? I don't know.
You know what? I was watching that scene and I'm like, all right, did the animators make a mistake? Did they forget to color his pants in? Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. You know, growing up on Scooby-Doo and seeing all the animation mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, I was waiting for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
no.
mistakes, man.
No, he dropped trow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Did they explain it? I don't think they explained it. It was just there.
I have a feeling there's gonna be a
No,
lot
no,
of
he had
mistakes in this.
no, he had an injury. That's what it was. He had an injury on his leg.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She took the moss or whatever that was growing on the wall and used it to treat the injury on his leg. So it did make sense.
Okay. I watched it Thursday afternoon and haven't watched it. I was going to watch it a second time before this morning and I just didn't get time.
Yeah. I actually I fell asleep on it Thursday night and I woke up. I guess CBS has a show called like Tuning Out the News or something.
Oh yeah.
Where they do news.
They draw the news or something.
They draw the news. They do like animated news broadcasts. So I kind of half woke up, and that was on. Because you know, if you fall asleep, it'll select something else.
It'll keep going,
to play for you. So I was half asleep listening to this news. And I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like smushing the two things together, geez. And I just didn't know what was going on. It was pretty confusing. It was pretty confusing that Joe Biden was on Star Trek.
That's funny.
And no one was more confused about it than Joe Biden.
Yeah, probably not.
Anyway.
Or
apparently Mariner smells great, but you know.
Oh, jeez.
I love that thing going around about if you look at the outline of Idaho, it's either the state or it's Joe Biden leaning in to smell you. Either way, you'll never unsee it. You know, it's
as somebody who lives in Idaho, you do not want to smell this place.
No.
It's no good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy seeing animated Ferengi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I did enjoy that.
I can't wait for animated Romulans.
I didn't understand what was going on with Mariner when that whole thing happened. I was like, she's too smart for this. This is stupid.
I knew that. I knew it right away.
It was obvious. And of course, Boimler's just.
Yeah, I didn't know. I wasn't sure right away if she and the Ferengi were in on it or if she was just playing dumb to let him come to the rescue for once.
Yeah.
But he was kind of a dick back at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
he was.
Yeah, I won't say anything. And then, you know, he's just talking smack in front of everybody.
Rubbing it in. Yeah. Rubbing it in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am like that. But there's a couple other things that came up in this too that I was trying to think of before we started recording. Now it's totally drawing a blank. But there are a couple of other references as well. Wasn't the lady the ambassador though that came out to grab him there at the end? Wasn't she a Trill as well? That's like the second or third Trill we've seen. Pretty sure she was a Trill.
I don't know.
At the Federation Embassy.
Yeah.
The one who dropped an F-bomb.
Yeah. I did though love that moment there when they're in the shuttle bay, which is obviously a rundown, repair maintenance facility or something because there's crap all over everything. And Tendi says something akin to, his name sounds familiar. And Mariner goes, well, it's probably because there's a freaking letter with an apostrophe followed by it. Just like every other Klingon you've ever heard. And that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Except for Worf.
Yeah, except for Worf. Yeah, well, he was raised by humans. That's
like
why.
The most popular one.
He was just Worf.
Yeah.
Or as B'Elanna says in about 2 episodes of Voyager, she doesn't say Chakotay. She says Chakotay.
Chakotay. Every time she says that, I think of a Choco Taco.
Yeah, yeah,
Man, those
Or,
are delicious.
yeah.
I want one now.
Oh man, a Choco Taco.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I had fun with
So-
the episode though. I thought it
Yeah.
was silly and
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was silly. You can't take it too serious. I guess what I'm really bummed out about
yeah.
is, if you remember, I let my son watch the first episode with me,
Yeah.
and I regretted it.
hmm
And Thursday, believe it or not, a full week had gone by, and my wife said, he asked if the new episode was out because he wants to watch it with you.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Okay, which excuse me, which just reinforces what I said last week, that
Mhm.
this could have been a gateway show for kids that are
Mm.
too old to watch whatever they're putting on Nickelodeon. I mean, he's going to be 8 in October. He's watching less and less Nickelodeon
Right.
and more and more of other things. So, he watched 22 minutes of animated Star Trek with me, and he was ready to watch more.
Yep.
And I said to my wife, maybe we'll watch the next episode. She and I will watch it together first and then decide if it's okay for him. And I watched it, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's just not. You have a Klingon telling what's her face, let's go have a drink so I can tell you about all my sexual conquests.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's not appropriate.
And she
It's
says,
not
"What? All one of them?"
Yeah, exactly. At the end when he's drunk on the doorstep and grabs her by the leg, and she says, "You fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
It's bleeped out, but everybody knows what she's saying.
Right.
So, I didn't let him watch the second one,
Yeah.
and I'm bummed out because he really enjoyed it, and I would have really enjoyed watching it with him.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't enjoy it myself when I watch it myself.
Right.
It is a funny show. It is funny.
Yeah.
It's not laugh out loud funny, because I watched it at 2:00 in the morning alone while everyone else was sleeping. So I wasn't gonna let out a big giant belly laugh, Klingon belly laugh. But it is fun. I did enjoy it. I wish I could enjoy it with him.
I
that
did
is
like
a-
the
that is a
Section
missed
31
opportunity.
power walk.
So Section 31 is like something that everybody knows about now.
Apparently,
I
it's like
guess.
jazzercise. I don't know.
No. I mean, when we first heard about Section 31 in Deep Space Nine, nobody knew what it was. It was
Nobody knew, and now
nobody
everyone
knew.
does.
And then, the stuff that
Yeah.
takes place 100 years earlier, it's a commonplace thing. Everybody knows about it. They have their own ships. They have their own command structure.
Mhm.
And, now we're post Deep Space Nine and everybody knows about it again. So
Mhm.
I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
I don't know, man.
Things can become myth. Things can become legend. Things can kind of get swiped aside and forgotten about. 100 years is a long time, let alone 2020, the longest year in history.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's ways you can. It's not clean and neat, but there's ways you can explain it. So
Mhm.
just like with the Klingons looking different from one episode or one show anyway to the next. I mean, one movie to the next. You can kind of explain some of that. There's diversity of race, just like there's anything else. You put two humans side by side, they're not going to look the same.
Yeah.
So obviously there's northern and southern Romulans too. But anyway,
I like that Mariner was dreaming about Khan.
yeah,
He's like, "Oh, I'm marooned on an island forever." and blah- It's totally Wrath of Khan.
yeah, and then she's like, it was glorious.
Yeah, I had the awesome dream or whatever it was.
Yeah. There's a lot of there's so many references in the show, and they just lace it. They just lace it.
Mhm.
So that's what's fun. I think I laughed more during this episode than I did the first one. I wasn't sure what to expect on the first one. Now I kind of know what to expect, and they're still surprising me. So I laughed a little bit more in this one than the first one. That was me. I don't remember the first time. Obviously Blast Shields. I laughed at that one because the way they did it was pretty good. But Oh, let's get in with the blast shields.
I just wonder what they would do with like if they got Jonathan Frakes to do Riker on the show. Like,
Yeah.
Would he literally be in and out of like quarters of prison? They would just go that route, like make him the most interesting man in the world.
Yes, that's what they should do.
Yeah,
That's what they should do.
yeah.
Although I don't know, at that time he's married, so in this where we're at in time right now, he is
They're
married.
on a
So
break. They can do whatever they want.
well, they could just
you know what?
be Thomas Riker.
I was just gonna say they could do
Yeah.
a Thomas Riker storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be funny.
We don't know. We don't know where he is.
They've said they're going to have cameos. They said they're going to have different people involved in it from lots of different era Trek, not just TNG.
Yeah.
Which brings up Garrett Wang. Would love to have.
He's the world's oldest ensign.
Would love to have him show.
Wong.
It's so long to say Wang. I know, but it would be awesome.
I mean, who would you want on the show? I feel like Phlox would be really cool.
He's too old. He'd be dead.
I want
It's his
to. I
voice.
want a scene.
Oh, true.
I want. What's his name? I want Robbie McNeil.
Yeah.
There you go. Not Tyrion.
I want.
Totally
it's
phone
voice. It's voice acting. He could literally phone it in.
Yeah.
But I want him to appear as Tom Paris and Nick Locarno in the same episode
Yes.
and voice both parts.
Yep.
What if he gives a fake ID and the fake ID says Nick Locarno?
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
Okay, so that's bringing back some memories of the show. That I knew I should have written things down when I watched it, but the Janeway Protocol. Let's talk about that. What is the Janeway Protocol?
It's nothing.
The Janeway Protocol is by the end of the episode, the ship has to be limping along and completely destroyed. And don't worry, because by next Wednesday, it's gonna be beautiful again.
It's killing one of your crew members.
Is that what it is? Killing a crew member in order to save everybody else.
The kindergarten's gone.
Yeah.
That was hysterical.
All of those children have been blown out into space.
That's never happened before.
That's never happened
Let's
before.
do it
Wait,
again.
let's do this again in a bigger ship. More kids.
Which, if you're talking about Janeway, doesn't really make sense. There was like one kid on that ship,
Right.
but
Yeah.
until the last 8 episodes or whatever, when they had the
Right,
bored
right.
kids running around. But oh man, I think that was making fun of just the TNG era in general. That hey, let's put a bunch of families on board.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense to have it's an entire city. That's what the
Yeah. Yep.
Enterprise was turned into, is an entire floating city in space
Mhm.
that goes
Yeah.
around places, which
Yeah.
doesn't make sense for a flagship, Starfleet
No, it
vessel.
doesn't.
It really doesn't.
Well,
Okay.
it yes and no. I mean that TNG era, that 7 years of TNG,
Mhm.
the Federation had been at peace for decades with just about everybody.
This is
So-
true. A little different philosophy,
Yeah.
which is kind of what made the Defiant so unique.
Mhm.
For the first time, they make a pure war vehicle.
No, it was an
Not the first
escort.
time.
It was an
Yeah, an
escort.
yeah. No, it's a war vehicle. It's built for war.
Yeah, no, they
Has a
actually said that.
rendering
It's
cloak on it, for God's
technically it's an escort because
Yeah.
the Federation doesn't have warships, doesn't make
Right.
warships or whatever.
But they do.
But they do.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
We do. We just call them escorts.
Yeah,
Right.
they do the same thing in Vegas. Okay, so
I want to do. I so bad want to say whore in Patrick Stewart's voice. We don't have horse. We have, we have
I mean, that's
escorts.
cool. Yeah.
Oh, apparently one of the signs that they kind of run by translates to Little Kronos, like the district they're in.
Yep.
So like Chinatown
I
or something.
wondered
They're in
about
Little
Yeah, yeah.
Kronos.
Well, that's what it was. They were in
Little, yeah.
They were in the the Andorian section. They were in the Klingon section.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know, it's a melting pot. Federation's a melting pot.
That's
is.
true.
it is.
The man wants hot work. Set it down.
Yeah.
So I mean that clears something up. Did we know? Did we know before that Gok is hot?
Oh yeah.
That it's a hot
Yeah, it's
that's
not
a
so
hot
cold.
dish. Are you
No,
sure?
because
I always thought it was cold because they were alive.
Yeah, I always thought it was cold because they were live. I know when I go buy worms for fishing, they keep
Yeah.
them in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure they're keep them fresh.
I've heard the reference before, a steaming pile of gach. I've heard that before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I always thought they were hot. That was just me.
All right. Okay.
I mean,
Well,
hot
you
gach
paid more
in a pocket.
Yeah. Hot pocket.
Hot pocket.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And it's a sandwich apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Daniel's like, oh, these aren't sandwiches. Literally says sandwich,
sandwich
on the
on it.
box.
Oh gosh. Oh, speaking
I
of
know.
which, we had talking about sandwiches again, right? Like
Oh boy.
we had someone retweet out. I think I shared it with you guys. I'll share it with everybody else because this is really cool. Sam Rasmussen on Twitter, he retweeted out the post I made of our first official Trekcast calendar photo.
Oh yeah.
He retweeted that back out and he says, if you love Star Trek, but you also love witty banter and debates about whether or not tacos and hot dogs are sandwiches, you should listen to this podcast.
He's not wrong there.
He's not
No,
wrong.
we do.
That's a great line. That's so good. You can't go wrong with that. But anyway,
So what do you want
So,
to what do you want to see from this show?
more.
Yeah.
What they're doing right now is fine. Could they do anything better? Sure, of course they could. They could slow Mariner down just a little bit. They could. I want to see Satian Ops. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
You want to see what?
Satian Ops, where the whales and dolphins are on the ship. They make reference to it at one point.
Yeah.
In the first
Cetacean?
episode. Cetacean,
Is that-
cetacean,
Ops.
whatever.
Okay.
Whale Ops, fish
All
ops,
right.
whatever.
You know what it is? They probably every Federation ship now has a whale on board to talk to the probe.
Yeah.
In case that Star Trek 4 probe happens by, they're like, oh,
They're ready
open
to
a
go.
channel, open a channel to the whale.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
That's Finding Nemo in space.
Close channel.
I would like to see them like throw subtle references to other shows.
Yeah.
Like if you just saw Alf in the background.
Oh,
or-
you mean other?
or-
Nah,
Yeah.
This is canon. This has to be canon still. So,
Yeah,
well, okay,
that's
you can do that, I suppose, if Alf was an alien race, right? If you
Right.
if you didn't make him look like Alf in the show, you made him look like Alf with a uniform on or with
Right.
some clothes on or something.
If
It's
they
just
had
an
to-
Alf-like creature, I
Yep.
guess, but
If they had to escort the Federation ambassador to Melmac, I'd be
Melmac.
cool with that.
Yeah.
that'd be funny. If they just did a throwaway line somewhere in the background, that'd be hysterical. Yeah.
yeah.
Or what was the planet that Mork was from in Mork and Mindy?
Orc.
Orc. Yeah, they
Yeah.
could just make a reference about, we got to stop by Orc and drop off some milk. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. That kind of stuff. I would love to see that.
And they get there and there's just a bunch of eggs in orbit.
yeah, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. That would be funny. Do we? I don't necessarily have to have a bunch of cameos of past Trek actors. I really don't. Mentions of them, they're doing great with pulling in a lot of little Easter eggs like that and dropping around. That's fine. I don't necessarily have to have cameos. It'd be funny, obviously, but like a Thomas Riker, for instance, just absently running from one quarter to another.
Right.
But that would be funny. But no, I don't know. Obviously, there's going to be Romulans involved in the show. Obviously, there's going to be Borg involved in the show more so than with Rutherford's fighting the Borg in the in the boxing.
Okay, I
ring.
have an idea for one.
But,
Rutherford's a badass.
He is a badass. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. So you hire Mark Hamill. You dress him up in a character, on the show that looks like Luke Skywalker, but you never say it's Luke Skywalker. And all you say is that this guy's really important. We have to get him here, and you just have him on the ship. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah. Maybe you don't call it Tatooine, you call it something else, but it's a pleasure playing with two sons.
But everybody knows really what they mean.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
You poke that Disney bear, and
Yeah.
I think you don't play. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we talk about, well, you know, that kind of gets into like crossovers, right? So, I mean, you could have little things like that dropped in the background where it's not even obvious and people can make that reference without them having to ever say it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can have a droid
Like, he's
running around in the background.
Like crystals for his collection, and, you know, it's kyber crystals and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, it would have to be so ridiculous that it falls into the realm of parody.
Right.
Parody,
That's yeah.
Parody is protected. You know,
Yeah.
you watch Family Guy,
Yep.
and it's chock full of material that belongs to other people, but because they're making fun of it, it's parody, and it's okay.
They already dropped the
So-
crystal out right at the beginning of the episode to go into the tricorder,
Right.
which is a thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could do another variation of that for a weapon.
Right. Right. Yeah, you could totally do like, oh, what if I put this and make a sword out of it? You know, like.
Why a sword? Why not a laser sword? Yeah, let's make laser swords. There you
Right.
go.
Yeah. I don't know.
Kobayashi crystal.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right.
I think you
That-
could have fun with the show like that. you
Oh,
know?
yeah. I'm sure they've got all kinds of. If you go back and listen to that first Ready Room with the writers, when they're talking about the writers, with the writers specifically about what they're doing for season 1,
Yeah, they got plans.
you can tell they're having fun with it. You
Yeah.
can tell they're having fun with it.
Yeah.
So I did not watch the second one with the.
Neither
act-
did I. I completely forgot about it because
Don't even want. No.
I don't even bother anymore.
Nope. Nope. But okay, so does that wrap up our discussion of the Envoy? We managed to stretch a 26-minute show into an almost 35-minute review. That's awesome.
Yeah,
So-
there you go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so we got an announcement to make.
Yeah.
Big ol' announcement. Almost forgot about it. I can't believe that. But
Yeah.
give me a second here. I've got.
I did. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Play the
You what?
music. The announcement. Well, you'll hear it in a minute.
Yeah. Here's the announcement.
Yeah.
This is for Daniel.
Yeah.
Look at the smile on Daniel's face. He's just happy as can be.
I like how Dan's just like, what the hell is going
I'm going to take
This
it
is-
down because it's a minute and 7 seconds long for crying
Yeah,
out
that's fine.
loud.
Yeah, let's go for it.
That
Is this
is
the
the
credits? Is this the credits from some 1980s
It's-
sci-fi
it's
piece of
the
garbage?
WWE Hall of
Sounds like
Fame
it could
music.
Oh yeah, wrestling stuff.
Right.
WWE Hall of Fame music is what that was. Okay. So, and the reason we're saying that is because we passed 4 million downloads for TrekCast.
That's right.
What?
Yep, we did. We passed 4 million on Friday afternoon. On Friday afternoon, I got on there and I just went to look and I noticed that we were like 24 away. And so I said something to you guys in the chat, and I was like, "Wow, look at that!" I'd say by the time we record on Sunday, by the way, it's August 16th. We forgot about
This
the
is
date.
this is over the whole life of Trekcast.
The whole life of TrekCast from 2008 until now. 4 million
Awesome.
downloads. And as of this
Awesome.
morning, right now, we're at 4,174,000. So there's been 200 downloads since Friday afternoon to now. So
Awesome.
that's pretty cool. I think that's a big deal. 4 million
Yeah.
downloads, man, that's a lot. Obviously,
Yeah.
we're not responsible for all of those, but
For sure.
We've
We've had some.
a fair
Yeah.
amount. So
Yeah.
It's
pretty
Awesome.
exciting. Nice milestone. Thanks everybody for supporting the show. Keeping
Appreciate
it going
it.
over the last
Yeah.
12 years. So it's a show for fans by fans.
Yes.
Konnichiwa.
Yep. Konnichiwa, is that what you said?
Yeah, that's a konnichiwa.
Oh man, if I had some Japanese pop reference thing pulled up, I'd play it.
There you go.
Anyway, okay, that's all I got.
Yeah.
All right.
Good show, guys.
Thanks for
Okay.
listening.
Thanks for listening. Where can they find us? On www.trekcast.com, AOL keyword Trekcast. Is that a thing anymore? I don't
Twitter
know.
and Instagram at TrekCastTNG.
Don't
Email
forget
address.
the MySpace
is-
page.
Yeah. Our MySpace page, you might be in our top 8.
Chad is wrong at gmail.com for
Yeah,
all,
and
all the times that.
TrekCastTNG at gmail.com.
Yep.
Yep.
We've got our Friendster and our live journal. And
So do we have a talk tick?
We
no,
have a
no.
TikTok. We actually have a TikTok.
Oh, we do,
I
yeah.
haven't posted anything on it because I had to redo it. The first, we have
Okay.
2 actually because I don't remember the password to the first one. So
Oh my lord.
anyway,
And we're animated now, apparently.
Yes.
Then we're animated, yes.
We are animated.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good job that Marcy did, by the way. If you
Yeah,
don't,
that
if
was
you get
great.
get over onto Twitter and find her, you can find the link to her stuff on our Trekcast TNG Twitter account. Good stuff. It's $12.
Yeah.
It's all cost
Yeah.
to have your portrait done and whatever you want to have her do, she'll do it. It takes about a week and a half. It's good stuff.
Mhm.
Support those Trek creators.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, that's
That
the
is
show.
it. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Live long and prosper. All right, guys.
All right.
Thanks. Talk
Yeah,
soon.
thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see you, man.
Bye-bye.
See you guys. Thanks for editing, Chad.
Yep. Not a problem, man. I'll get it taken care of.
All right. Bye.
See ya.